Have you ever felt swept off your feet, only to realize later it was a carefully constructed illusion? That intense, overwhelming affection might not be love? It could be something far more manipulative. We're diving deep into the deceptive world of narcissistic love bombing today, revealing the subtle, yet dangerous red flags you need to recognize to protect your heart. Picture this. You meet someone at a party, a colleague's gathering, or perhaps through mutual friends. Their charm is undeniable. They make you laugh. They listen intently when it's your turn to speak, and they seem genuinely interested in every aspect of your life. Within weeks, they're dropping hints about how well you two seem to connect, how much they enjoy your company, and how they feel like they've known you for years. But then, just as abruptly as their interest intensified, things shift. The criticism starts. The gaslighting begins, and suddenly you're questioning your own memory and judgment. What happened? Where did you go wrong? And why does it feel like you're in a psychological game of tug and roll? If you found yourself in a situation like this, know that you're not alone. Love bombing, a tactic often employed by narcissists to win you over, can be incredibly confusing and disorienting. In this video, we aim to shed light on this tricky phase of the relationship, helping you identify the early warning signs and equipping you with the knowledge to navigate such situations more adeptly in the future. What is love bombing, and why is it so hard to spot? Love bombing is a tactic commonly used by narcissists to gain your trust and affection very early in the relationship. This intense period of showering you with excessive attention, compliments, and grand gestures is designed to create a strong emotional bond, making you more susceptible to their manipulations. The problem is that this overwhelming display of affection can easily be mistaken for genuine care and deep connection. However, beneath this facade lies a calculated scheme to exploit and control you. Narcissists use love bombing to create a sense of urgency, making you feel like you have to reciprocate these feelings immediately. This leaves little room for critical thinking or skepticism, allowing them to quickly establish dominance in the relationship. The intensity can be intoxicating, leaving you vulnerable to overlooking potential red flags or rationalizing away any doubts you may have. The mask of perfection, early warning signs, excessive compliments, and flattery. Imagine you just met someone, and already they're complimenting you on your appearance, personality, and achievements, praising you in ways that almost feel uncomfortable because of their intensity. While receiving compliments is generally a pleasant experience, there's a significant difference between genuine appreciation and excessive flattery. Love bombers are masters at this art, often going overboard with praise to make you feel special and unique. However, the sheer volume of compliments can be a red flag, indicating that they might not be rooted in genuine observation, but rather a manipulative tactic to gain your favor. A healthy dose of skepticism is warranted when compliments come in a deluge rather than a trickle. Rapid progression and future faking. Have you ever noticed your new partner dropping hints about a future together almost too soon? Love bombers are notorious for wanting to escalate the relationship quickly. They may talk about commitment, marriage, or moving in together within weeks of knowing you, all without fully exploring the depth of your connection. This rapid progression can create a sense of excitement, but it can also be a way to pressure you into making decisions before you're emotionally ready. The phrase future faking describes the act of creating a false picture of the future to lure the other person in. By painting an enticing vision of a shared tomorrow, they aim to solidify their place in your life prematurely. It's essential to remember that while a certain level of future planning is normal in relationships, the speed at which love bombers do it can be a clear indication of their intentions to trap you in a whirlwind romance. Constant communication and boundary testing. Imagine you're trying to enjoy some time alone with a book, but your phone won't stop buzzing with calls and texts from your new partner. Love bombers often blur the lines between affection and intrusion very early on. They may call or text incessantly, wanting to know your every move and demanding a response whenever they reach out. This constant communication is not only an attempt to intensify the bond, but also a way to test your boundaries and observe your reactions. They push to see how much attention they can get away with, gauging your tolerance for their smothering behavior. It's crucial to recognize that while open communication is vital in relationships, the level of accessibility demanded by love bombers is unreasonable and can be emotionally draining. Deceptive playbook. Understanding narcissistic motives, mirroring, and idealization. Have you ever noticed how your new partner seems to know your favorite things before you even mention them? Love bombers excel at the art of mirroring. They pay close attention to what you say and do, then replicate those behaviors and preferences to make themselves appear as if they've known you forever. This creates a sense of instant connection, making you feel understood like never before. However, this mirroring is not genuine, but a calculated strategy to gain your trust and present themselves as your perfect match. By reflecting your interests and opinions back to you, they solidify the illusion of compatibility, making it harder to spot the underlying manipulative intent. Isolation tactics. Have you been spending less time with your friends and family since your new partner entered the picture? Narcissists often employ isolation tactics to keep you under their thumb, and love bombing is no exception. They may subtly discourage you from seeing your loved ones, belittling your friendships or creating distance between you and your support system. By gradually chipping away at your social connections, they make you more reliant on them for emotional support. This creates a sense of dependence that strengthens their control over you. You may find yourself constantly needing their approval or worrying about their reaction to your interactions with others. It's important to recognize that while it's common for couples to spend a lot of time together initially, the love bomber's goal of isolating you is harmful and should not be ignored. Grand gestures versus genuine connection. Picture this: you're at a crowded restaurant with your date. Suddenly, they announce to the entire restaurant how much they appreciate you, showering you with praise in front of everyone. Love bombers thrive on public displays of affection, often using grand gestures to make you feel cherished. These gestures may include surprise parties, extravagant gifts, or public declarations of love. While such acts may seem deeply romantic, they can also be a way to manipulate others into thinking everything is perfect. This is especially true if the grand gestures are inconsistent with their behavior in private. It's essential to look beyond these superficial displays and assess the genuine connection and emotional intimacy you share with them. Remember, a healthy relationship is built on consistent affection and trust, not just occasional grand gestures. The shift when the bomb drops, devaluation and criticism begins. Imagine you and your partner have been dating for a while. Initially, they were incredibly complimentary, but recently their tone has shifted. Now they're finding fault with everything you do, constantly criticizing you for the smallest things. After the love bombing phase, there's usually a sharp contrast, a devaluation phase, where the narcissist begins to expose their true colors. This sudden shift can take you by surprise, leaving you confused and hurt. What once felt like a loving and attentive relationship now seems like a game of emotional roller coaster. You may start to experience subtle jabs, sarcastic remarks, and backhanded compliments that chip away at your self-esteem. It's crucial to recognize that this devaluation is intentional, aimed at breaking down your confidence and making you more susceptible to their manipulation. Gaslighting and reality distortion. Have you ever felt like you couldn't trust your own memory or judgment in a relationship? Gaslighting is a common tactic employed by narcissists to maintain control. As the relationship progresses, you might encounter instances where they twist facts, deny events, or make you question your perception of reality. They may downplay your achievements, dismiss your feelings, or even convince you that you're misremembering events. This creates a sense of uncertainty, leaving you second-guessing yourself and seeking their approval. It's essential to trust your instincts and remember that gaslighting is a clear indicator of emotional manipulation. Withdrawal of affection and silent treatment. The love bombing phase ends, the devaluation begins, and suddenly you're met with indifference and a silent treatment. Narcissists weaponize affection and withdrawal to control you. Once they've gained a stronghold, they may intentionally ignore you, brush off your concerns, or become emotionally unavailable. This sudden shift can be confusing and upsetting. You might find yourself craving the attention and affection you once received, making it difficult to break away. However, it's vital to remember that this withdrawal is a form of punishment, a way to remind you of their power over you. The silence becomes deafening, amplifying your longing for the connection you once shared. Protecting your heart. Love bombing is a deceptive tactic that can ensnare anyone, leaving us questioning our feelings and doubting our perceptions. But by arming ourselves with knowledge, we can better navigate the complexities of human relationships. Trust your gut. If something feels off, it probably is. Don't let the intensity of love bombing cloud your judgment. Set clear boundaries and stick to them. Don't be afraid to say no or take a step back when needed. Communicate openly and honestly. Talk to your friends and family about your experiences. Seeking support can provide clarity and strength. Document concerning behaviors. Keeping a record of incidents can help you spot patterns and make you more aware of potential red flags. Prioritize your worth. Remember that you deserve genuine love and respect. Don't settle for anything less. Healing takes time, but with each step you'll become more resilient. Reaching out to a mental health professional can provide the tools and support needed to heal and grow. Every experience is valid. Reach out to support groups or online communities to connect with others who understand what you are going through. Sharing stories can bring comfort and solidarity. Educating yourself is key. Learn about narcissistic behavior and the different forms it can take. Knowledge is power, and understanding red flags can help you avoid potential pitfalls. Focusing on self-care is essential. Make time for activities that bring you joy and help you relax. Nurture your mind, body, and spirit. Surround yourself with positivity. Spend time with people who uplift you and make you feel good about yourself. Their support can be invaluable. Be patient with yourself. Healing and growth take time. There will be ups and downs, but each step forward is a victory. With resilience and determination, you can heal and move towards a brighter future. Remember, you're not alone. Reach out, educate yourself, and prioritize your well-being. Thank you for joining us on this journey of knowledge and empowerment. If you found this video insightful, don't hesitate to share it with others who might benefit from this information. Your support means the world to us, and we look forward to continuing to empower you on your path to understanding and personal growth.